We're at Ott's Tavern in Voorhees, New Jersey with Barrett Brooks, former Philadelphia Eagle, Pittsburgh Steeler, NFL star, Super Bowl champion, professional sports broadcaster. We're going to talk about his journey, his destination, and all the obstacles he overcame to get there.
Welcome to Food, Failure, and Fame.
You started in Kansas City. Born in Kansas City? St. Louis, Missouri. Okay.
So I'm born from St. Louis, born and raised in St. Louis. Well, not even born and raised. I was born in St. Louis. My pops was in the service in the Army. We actually came out here and lived in Fort Dix. My parents separated, got divorced. When we moved back to St. Louis, my dad stayed up here in Fort Dix. And long story long, my mom wanted to keep me out of trouble. She made me play sports. So the first sport I played was soccer. So I played soccer for a little bit. That's where my passion was, and we went from soccer to basketball. And basketball is like where my real passion is. That's what I really want. I want to be the next Charles Barkley. But gravity took over. You know what I'm saying? I like hamburgers and hot dogs too much. Gained too much weight to play basketball. But that's what I really want to play. I want to be the next Charles Barkley. But at 6'3", 230, you really can't play in the big leagues. So that's why I ended up playing football.
What did you play in basketball? What position?
I played center. So there's not a lot of 6'3" centers.
No, not at all.
But I was pretty athletic. Quick feet, pretty athletic, and jump. I could reach down, jump up, and dunk a basketball. I was very, very athletic, but I just couldn't compete. That's the only reason why I went to college. I wanted to play basketball. They let me play football. So Kansas State, they let me do it. So I went to Kansas State.
So when you were in high school, let's step back some. Your parents got divorced when you were 7?
8.
8 years old.
Yep.
8 years old. So you were living with mom.
Yep.
And dad was doing service.
Yep.
I was stationed at Fort Dix for a small window.
Oh, get out of here, okay.
Orientation for prep school for Westport.
Okay.
So I went to Fort Monmouth for prep for 1 year. And the football thing, play football there, get my grades good. I was a decent student.
Right.
Great student. So, so you were in Jersey. Did you stay in Jersey while your dad was at Fort Dix, or would your mom move you somewhere else?
No, when they got divorced, we went back to St. Louis.
Okay.
He stayed up here. We lived in in fact, what's the school up there back in the day? I forget the name of the school that I was going to, junior high, but it's up in Fort Dix. What was it called? Templeton? Timberland? Something like that.
Okay. In Jersey?
Yeah, in Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, from Jersey up around there.
All right. So so when you moved back to Kansas City?
It's St. Louis.
I keep saying this. You moved back to St. Louis. Kansas City on the brain.
Yeah.
You moved back to St. Louis. Then you were how old?
About 7 or 8 years old.
So you were being raised by a single mom.
Yep.
How was the journey for you then? How hard was it?
We lived from household to household. Whatever family would let us, move in with them. That's what we did. Live with my aunts, live with my uncles. It was tough. It was tough for a minute. Until my mom, we finally, settled down. About 10 or 11, we settled down in a place called Kinlock, where we lived in Section A. So we settled down there, and then we had our own spot there, our own house there. So that's when things started to really change for me. That's when I really understood what it is to, be in your own house again. Things settled down then. So we were in Section A, and of course, our rent was like $35 a month. But it was, still 6 months behind on it. But yeah.
So you were with was it you, your mom? Was you have a brother?
Me, my mom, my 2 brothers.
2 brothers. Okay.
My 2 years younger than me, and then 4 years younger than me. I was the oldest.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a few seconds and see what you want. You here before?
Yes, I always come here.
What's good?
I like everything, but I like the wings. The wings are really good.
Wings are good.
I get them a special way though. So.
Okay. I had a bad experience. You ever heard of the Pick over in Hamilton, New Jersey? The Pick? A place called the Pick. It's Pick something, I forget what it's called. And they sell these wings. My buddy took me there and he says, we got they have Inferno wings. So here I'm feeling frosty, young guy in my 20s. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get the Inferno wings. The woman came out of the kitchen like this, and just this heavy sauce. She's like tearing, just carrying them out. I went, oh hell.
What did you just do?
I picked it up and I just touched my mouth with it. I was like, I can't. My buddy ate too. He said I was in the bathroom for 2 days. But yeah, that was brutal. So after that, it kind of soured me. So I had to be very careful with the hot wings because I'm like, now I'm gun shy.
Right.
Any wings?
Yep. We need the wings and the shrimp.
I like that. 3 club of days. Cool. All right, so you and your brother, 2 brothers.
Yep.
Now, where do you stand on those 3?
I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest one.
Yeah, so I was the one, usually helping take care of them while my mom was at work. Okay. So it was an interesting dynamic. When I was like 9 or 10 years old, I could cook a whole full course meal. Thanksgiving Day meal, turkey, whatever it is. I could do all that.
So you were cooking at 9.
Yeah, easy. I was cooking. I actually start cooking when I was about 8, 7, 8 or 9. Yeah.
That's pretty cool because you had to.
Yeah, necessity.
That's pretty cool. So you were helping raise. You're basically the man of the house, helping raise your brother.
Yeah.
And you guys were you? I read somewhere you were bused to school.
The DSEG program, yes.
Okay.
We were. It would probably take us 45 minutes to an hour to get to school, and then same thing going back home.
So how do you handle that as a kid? Like I couldn't fathom. How do you handle that as a kid?
You just don't think anything of it. See, a lot of the times people think, that, poor people, they live hard and everything. Well, I mean, I didn't know I was poor because everybody around me is the same way.
Huh.
So if everybody's around me the same way, I don't see, anything other than what I see. So to me, it was the norm.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So everything, that I experienced, everybody else was experiencing also. So I never really knew that I was poor. I didn't know I was poor until I got to high school and I was in, around people with means then, Everybody around me didn't have means, and the only people that did have means were the people, selling drugs or doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, where I'm from, we didn't even have a police department. We were policed by the county. Yeah, so it's bad, Kinloch had the 5th highest crime rate per capita. Wow. Yeah.
There's a lot of guys who and I work with a lot of them, they are in that world and they get sucked in. How do you stay out of that world?
Well, I didn't have a choice. I got a praying mom, number 1, but number 2, all my family was from around there. All my family, you know what I'm saying? I had aunts, uncles, cousins, and everything. So I grew up around them. And it wasn't as though I had a choice to do bad things. Like, they see me on the corner, it's gonna be a problem. My uncles, you know what I'm saying, they would beat me up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They would literally, fight me if they saw me doing things. So I couldn't do what everybody else was doing. And I didn't have a choice whether I wanted to sell drugs or not. It was nothing about that. It was you are going to make something of yourself. They saw something in me early, something I didn't even see. But they saw it in me early. They were like, no, you can't do this, And plus, your mom ain't going to kill me, so I definitely can't let you do this. So, that's how things went. She made me play football. I hated football growing up. I hated football with a passion.
Why?
I didn't like football until I got my first check from the NFL.
You played all through high school?
Honest to goodness.
Why did you hate it so much?
Because it was hard. Football is hard.
Yeah.
Hard work. I didn't play my junior year. I quit my junior year. Yeah. I didn't even make it to the first game.
How did you get... So wait, recruiting starts your junior year.
Well, actually, it started earlier than that.
No.
I played varsity my freshman, so I played varsity.
Okay.
So I was pretty good. I was so gifted that things were just too easy for me. So I didn't lift weights in college. high school. I didn't even lift weights in high school. My head coach, he used to. I should have listened to him, but I didn't. Coach Shotmiller, a real good dude, but I was just hard-headed. He would tell me lift weights, I wouldn't lift weights. I never touched a weight until I got to college. I hated football that much that I was like, you know what, I'm not playing this year. So I quit. My mom was so I would go to practice like I'm going to practice, and I'd go play basketball instead of going to practice. Then come home like I was at football practice. Yeah, so I never liked football. I hated football with a passion. I wanted to play basketball. I literally wanted to be the next Charles Barkley.
Were you being recruited for basketball?
Not really, like D2 schools, you know, like 1 or 2 D1 schools, but it was mostly D2 schools, you know.
Well, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you know, so Division 1, A, AA, stuff like that.
So you could have actually played in college.
Yeah,
Played ball.
yeah.
But why didn't you play basketball in college?
Because I didn't have the big name school. See, me, the big part of the reason why I wanted to play. Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. Can you please, that's you.
Can I get an order of wings? But I like, especially I like the garlic parmesan and mild mixed together. Yeah. And I wanted to get the buffalo shrimp, but I wanted, instead of getting the buffalo shrimp, I wanted to put that same sauce.
Same sauce
on
mixed.
On the shrimp and some fries.
And a side of fries.
Yes.
You want blue cheese or ranch?
Ranch. I want ranch. You know, ranch for the wings and the shrimp.
For everything.
Yeah.
And now change my order. Can I get the Western burger, please? Medium more?
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
fries or chips.
Fries are good.
Okay. All right, got that ready
Thank
for
you very much. Appreciate it. Cool. Sorry, so you were saying you didn't want to play basketball in college.
Because I didn't get the big schools.
That's right.
So my big thing was, I wanted to get letters from colleges. That's all I wanted. I see these, you know, like John Vaughn. John Vaughn was running back from Michigan.
Yeah.
I saw him, Bobby Christian, went to Northwestern. He got it, you know, he got letters, all these letters. They would walk around with these letters, you know, like, why am I not getting the letters? How come I'm not getting the letters? I know I'm good enough. I'm I'm on the same lines there. They're all American. I'm all American. I'm all Metro. He's all Metro. I'm all state. He's all state. But they're getting letters and I'm not. Well, my coach saw that I was immature, so he was like, you know what? I'm not gonna give him these letters.
Really?
He didn't deserve these letters. Yeah.
So he sent it to your coach and he sent them to you at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah. So he kept, you know, because he thought I would get a big head, and I probably would have. You know, I probably would have. I wouldn't work as hard as I need to work. So I started working harder because of that. So my first 2 years, I'm all state, all metro, all that stuff, all district. Get to my junior year, and I'm running around. I had asthma. You know, I've had asthma since I was 11 years old. It was bad asthma. So I'm out running. We're running, and I have an asthma attack. And he thinks I'm faking. I said, Coach, I'm not faking. I can't breathe. I don't have an inhaler. We didn't have money to buy an inhaler, you know, so I was literally having a real asthma attack, but he thought I was lying. So I just said, you know what, I can't do this, and I quit. I didn't want to play after that because he didn't believe me, and I wasn't trying to explain myself. So I'm like, I'm not playing, period. You know, so I didn't play my junior year. I went and played basketball, you know, so, you know, playing traveling basketball, AAU basketball, you know, doing that. So that's what I did my junior year.
So when your mom found out that you weren't playing,
She was
you can say,
She was hot. She was pissed. Yeah, she was like, you know, what is going on? You know, yada yada yada. So, you know, going into my senior year, she said, you go back and apologize to the coach. I'm like, Mom, I'm not apologizing to the coach. I had an asthma attack. He didn't care. I said apologize to the coach. I'm not going to talk back to my mom. I said, all right then. So I went back to the coach and said, Coach, I apologize that I quit on the team like that. And the team was good. They went to state that year.
and you weren't playing that year.
I wasn't even playing.
Oh my.
Yeah, my brother was on the team, but I wasn't.
But your brother kept that from your mother too.
Yeah.
Your mother wasn't. He probably got the whip on that too.
Yeah. So, you know, I wasn't even on the team and they went to state. So long story long, you know, it's like, you know, he said, well, you know, you ain't gonna quit on me. I said, I'll never quit another thing in my life. Nothing. I said, all right, I'm gonna let you come back. I said, all right, cool. So I went back and played. And it's funny, you know, after the third game, you know, I see all these scouts are coming and everything, you know. So I'm thinking the scouts are coming to see the other guys on the team. We had another good offensive lineman, you know. He was there, you know, so I'm thinking they come to see him. They're going to see, you know, the quarterback, running backs, and stuff like that. Well, they were actually coming to see me too. So I'm walking down the hallway, me and my boy Tony Williams. He was also a guy that got recruited also. So walking down the hallway, see who the big kids right there? That says Tony and you know, that's Barrett. That's what the coach, you know, he didn't want to say anything around it. So he's like, is that number 73? They were like, yeah, that's number 73. That's number 73 right there. So, you know, so we introduced us, you know, talk to the coaches. And come to find out, like, you guys recruit me? I was like, yeah, we've been trying to get in touch with you for the longest.